One could argue that the A5 is the car that put Audi on the map as far as outright desirability and sporty dynamics are concerned. Of course, the brand is already established as a premium product, but the A5 is simply drop-dead gorgeous. Now, 4 years later, Audi is bringing a facelifted A5 to the market, hopefully to retain that magic. The update has been applied across the A5 lineup, coupe, sportback and cabriolet, as well as to the S-badged performance versions of those cars. The subject of our road test is the S5 Coupe, which adds an even sportier execution and more muscle to the package. The rest of the A5 lineup offers a comprehensive array of drivetrain options. The biggest change is the introduction of a new range of petrol and diesel power plants, all featuring forced induction and offering improved efficiency and fuel economy. There's also a choice of front-wheel drive and quattro all-wheel drive, linked to Audi's Multitronic CVT in the case of the front-wheel drive models and a 7-speed S-tronic dual-clutch gearbox for quattro models. These under-the-skin changes are linked to a series of cosmetic updates, a reworked interior and a revised range of standard features. But let's take a more specific look at the S5. Like all the S cars, of course, the emphasis here is on a sporty presence and performance. Brand new here, the single frame grille with the stronger emphasis on the lateral bars, also brand new headlights and a new bumper as well. In the case of the S5, a subtle body kit and a lower stance create a more aggressive low-slung presence that suits the coupe's obvious performance potential. A deeper front air dam, extended sills and a more pronounced rear apron are obvious S-car hallmarks, as are the aluminium-look exterior mirror housings and the 4 large-bore exhaust tailpipes. The standard 18-inch wheels look almost too small for the rest of the car, making the optional but expensive 19-inch alloys an attractive and effective option. Color coding ensures that the S5's sleek wind-cheating lines are emphasized to good effect, while its wide and low proportions create a powerful, unmistakably athletic impression. Fortunately, there's more to the S5 than visual promise. The engine bay is home to a brand new supercharged 3-litre V6 credited with 245 kilowatts of max power and 440 newton meters of torque. Traditionalists will lament the fact that the engine replaces the old 4.2-litre V8, which sounded absolutely glorious. But the upside is that Audi claims a fuel consumption figure 20% lower than the V8, with commensurate gains in CO2 emissions as well. The engine is identical to the unit already powering the S4 sedan, but in this execution it sounds much raughtier and extrovert than in the more understated 4-door. It's a brilliant power plant with instant throttle response and an almost linear power delivery that catapults the S5 towards the horizon with enthusiasm. The 7-speed S-tronic gearbox is the only transmission option here and operates in conjunction with quattro all-wheel drive. The latter provides vital traction to make the most of the engine's urge in straight-line acceleration terms, while also providing ample poise and control when cornering. A crown gear differential with torque vectoring adds further agility and finesse. The chassis remains familiar S5 territory, combining front wishbones and a trapezoidal link rear suspension with air dampers. Combined with dynamic drive, the dampers allow the car's road manners to be adjusted to suit personal preference and driving style, with options varying from smooth comfort to a more uncompromising dynamic setting. Dynamic drive also adapts the response of the new electromechanical power steering and the mapping of the drive-by-wire throttle. The result is a car that can be tailored to suit personal mood and the prevailing conditions. In traffic, it's best to leave the car in full auto, select a comfort setting and make life behind the wheel a little more comfortable. But if you go for a tortoise suspension setting and you shift the car manually, this car becomes a wieldy, almost rapier-like tool that really enjoys being pushed through the twisties. Driven with vigor, the S5 is a car that seems to shrink around you, reacting precisely to steering input and resolutely sticking to the chosen line. The quattro system is arguably at its most refined level yet, offering huge dollops of traction, yet allowing the coupe to react to steering input with precision and finesse. In straight-line terms, the Audi is no slouch, recording a claimed 0 to 100 km/h acceleration time of 4.9 seconds and going on to an electronically governed top speed of 250 km/h. While those figures seem entirely plausible, real-life fuel consumption is considerably higher than Audi's figures suggest. Just like our long-term S4, the best you can expect on the open road is around 12 litres per 100 km, with an about-town average of between 16 and 17 litres. The S5 might be a two-door coupe, but for once it has accommodation that's spacious enough to seat 4 people. The wide opening doors also means that it's fairly easy to get into the back, although not, of course, particularly convenient. The interior of this car is executed to Audi's normal high standards, but I have to say, compared to the A6 or the A7, it is starting to show its age just that little bit. Given its senior status in the A5 family, the interior is comprehensively equipped and offers most of the expected bells and whistles. S-specific features include the carbon fiber look finish of the center console and the high-backed sport seats trimmed in a mix of Alcantara and leather. Quality is tangible and peerless, and the efficient ergonomics ensure an intuitive interface between car and driver. A grippy, thick-rimmed steering wheel is home to multifunction controls, while the customary multimedia interface allows easy access to key vehicle systems. The A5 Coupe, and the S5 in particular, has been one of Audi's most compelling brand ambassadors. This latest facelifted version adds further visual zest and links those to significant under-the-skin changes. Some, of course, might miss the growl and the character of the V8, but to me, this car is one of the gems in Audi's stable. The new generation supercharged V6 delivers on both power and torque fronts, ensuring rapid dynamics, while Quattro contributes on-road composure. Add the exterior updates and the result is a poised, handsome and satisfying performance coupe, but beware, it's thirstier than you think.